Hello everyone, so in today's video we are going to explore one of the phylum of kingdom Animalia, phylum Porifera. You must be wondering what this SpongeBob is doing over here. And we all know about this cartoon and we all know this about this character SpongeBob. So did you know that we can also call it as Porifera? Okay, we'll come on this topic, but before that let's understand some things about phylum Porifera. Let's take a real example of phylum Porifera. That is cycon. Yes. So how does a cycon looks like? Let's figure it out. We'll be drawing a super fast structure of cycon. So this is all how a example of Porifera looks like. That is cycon. So what does, at first let's understand, what does the term Porifera means? So the Latin name of Porifera is Porifera, where porus means pores and fair means to bear. Okay, it's a kind of rhyming. Okay, so porous means pores and fair means to bear. So what do we understand from this? That Porifera is simply a pore bearing animals. They are pore bearing animals. So where are the pores? As we can see, these are the pores. Yes, so these are ostia. These are ostia, and the larger opening at the top is called osculum. This is called osculum. And you can also see these ostia present in SpongeBob. Yes, these small pores. These are ostia. So now, this is osculum and this is ostia. So now let's understand their function. Why are they present over there? Okay. So ostia is a kind of, we can understand like it's a kind of mouth. It is responsible for ingestion. That means the water and the food and the oxygen all goes inside the Porifera through these little pores that are ostia. Now this larger pore at the top is osculum. Now what are these osculum responsible for? What are its functions? So the water which goes out through these little pores, ostia, comes out through osculum. Water comes out through these osculum. We can also call it as anus of Porifera, and ostia is called mouth of Porifera. So now let's go to further informations of Porifera. Where are these Porifera found? And at which condition are they found? So they are aquatic animals. They are found in water, obviously. And they're attached to substratum in water. That means they're attached to things like rocks, weeds, and etc. So imagine how would it look. If this is a rock, the Porifera would be attached to the rock like this. Of course. So this is how a Porifera is found. They're aquatic animals. So now we'll be moving to its general characteristics. What is this study of Porifera called? Porifera called. It is known as parageology. They are commonly called, these are the points, okay? They are commonly called sponges, as I showed you a picture of SpongeBob. So you can remember the SpongeBob and you'll remember that they are commonly called sponges. Next characteristic is that the adults of Porifera is sessile. That if they are attached to a point like rock or weeds, then they will be attached there for the time they live, okay? But the larvae of Porifera are motile, means they can move from one place to another in their larval stage. They are bisexual or hermaphrodite. They are bisexual or hermaphrodite. Means they have both the sexes that are male and female in a single body. We also call it bisexual. Oh my god, this writing doesn't look nice. Okay, let's move to the next characteristic, that they are asymmetrical. But few of them are radially symmetrical. For example, we can take our famous example that we just drew over here. This is what? A cycon. So we can take an example of cycon. They are radially symmetrical, means if we cut it from any axis like this, they will be equally halved. Like this is a part and this is a part. They both will be, oh sorry, they both will be what? Symmetrical, means same. But few of them are asymmetrical. Now the very important questions to come sometimes in the examination are, what are the larvae of examples of Porifera called? For example, we'll know about cycon. So the larva of cycon is called amphiblastula. There is a main point that sponges are also called Republic of cell. Now, why are they called Republic of cell? A question rises over here. Why? So you have to find it out and mention down in comments. So now let's go to some main characteristics of Porifera. That is, let's point it out, that is they lack nerve cells. Okay, nerve cells is not present in them. Then after, they are multicellular grade organisms. Multicellular grade organisms. They are appeared like they are lifeless, just like the plants. They are appeared they are lifeless, but they have life inside them. So it is a plant-like animal. They are diploblastic organisms. Means they have two layers present in them, in their body, as we call ectoderm, endoderm, the outer layer ectoderm, the inner layer endoderm, the middle layer mesoderm, as we all know. But in Porifera, we don't call it ectoderm or inner derm. Okay, there are two layers present in them. The outer layer is called pinacoderm and the inner layer is called quanoderm. Main cavity of a sponge is known as spongocell. It has water canal system. So how does this water canal system help them? It helps in respiration, excretion, nutrition. It also provides nutrition, and it also helps in reproduction. So the matrix between pinacoderm means this is outer layer and this is the inner layer. This is pinacoderm and this is quanoderm. So the matrix between them is jelly-like. They are jelly-like, which is called mesohyl. Sorry, this will be not here. Mesohyl or mesenchyme. They are jelly-like structure. Body systems of Porifera. The first one is that their development is indirect. Means at first larval forms comes, then only adult one comes. Amphiblastula for cycons and parenchyma for leucosolenia. That is also an example of Porifera. So now the next system is nervous system. As we have already discussed that nerve cells are not present in them. Means no neurons. Yes, no neurons. Another system is skeletal system. So skeletal system is also called as MCQs, and on the basis of MCQs, they are classified into three classes. The first one is calcarea, and there is presence of calcareous spicules. The second one is hexactinellida. There is presence of siliceous spicules. The third one is demospongia. Presence of siliceous or spongine fibers, or both. Maybe there both is present or none is present. And this calcarea is exclusive marine. So these were some characteristics of phylum Porifera. First we did introduction and also studied about their structure. Then we discussed about their general characteristics. Then we went to their main characteristics, and then we studied some body systems. If you want to study in more deep, then just let me know in comments and I'll be doing it. So now in the next we will be doing some MCQs. First one is, who coined the term Porifera? The person who coined the term Porifera is Robert Grant. The next one is that which of the following is a freshwater sponge? Maybe there could be given some options, so you must know that which type of sponges or Porifera are found in freshwater. So there is only one sponge that is found in freshwater, other are found in marine. So there is one sponge that is found in freshwater, and that is Spongilla. What type of symmetry is exhibited by most sponges? Means which type of symmetry do they show? We already studied that most of them are a symmetrical animal, but only few of them are radial symmetrical. Now let's move on to the fourth question. Which of the layer is not a layer in the body of sponges? For example, if three options are given, I'm writing the options over here. If three options are given and the first one is pinacoderm, the second one is quanoderm, and the third one is mesoderm, So now, which of the layer is not a layer of sponge? We all know it is mesoderm, because I already said that only two types of layer are found in them. That's why they are called diploblastic, and those two layers are pinacoderm and ponoderm, right? Fifth question. What is the central cavity of the water canal system in sponges called? Spongocoil. I think I mentioned it in before. Let's see. Yes. Here it is. Spongocoil, the main cavity of a sponge. So our sixth question: which class of sponges has calcareous spicules? Calcarea or calcarea has the presence of calcareous spicules. Correct. And do you know what this calcareous spicules is made up of? Calcareous spicules is actually made of calcium carbonate. What are they made up of? Calcium carbonate. So the question was that which class of sponges has calcareous spicules made up of calcium carbonate. So what we will write? It is calcarea. It is calcarea or calcarea. Now the seventh question is that which sponge is known as the Venus flower basket and also given as a wedding gift in Japan. Okay, I missed this one. This is a very important one. Let me tell you about this. So that sponge is Euplactilla. So why is this Euplactilla known as Venus flower basket? Because it looks like a beautiful glass basket, okay? But why is it given as a wedding gift in Japan? What is so special in it? Actually, what happens is that the structure of Euplactilla is like this is a mouth, okay? And this is like a body. This is a body, okay? Imagine this is the body of Euplactilla. So what happens that a pair of shrimps, okay? What does a pair of shrimps do? That at first one shrimp goes in, it leaves here, and do you know that the structure is like net-like structure, okay? The structure is net-like. So when a shrimp becomes old, it goes inside the Euplactilla. And as it is net-like structure, the food, the water, and the other organisms which are needed as a nutrition for shrimps goes inside this Euplactilla through this net structure, okay? So when a shrimp goes in, it finds all its food inside because of this net structure. So if you are getting all things at your place, why would you come out and work so hard? That also in your old age. So that is the same thing a shrimp does, okay? So a pair of shrimps lives inside the Euplactilla forever. They live forever together and they don't come out, okay? So to symbolize lifelong love and togetherness, it is given as a wedding gift in Japan. So now I think we know the answer of the seventh number question. The last but not the least question is that what is the function of this osculum in sponges? We already discussed in the first slide that osculum functions just like an anus, okay? The inner things, the inner food, the inner water comes out through osculum. So the osculum is responsible for exhalation. Okay, that's it for today. Bye bye.